What's up, everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Before we jump into this highly controversial subject around the silver shortage and dissect this thing, we're going to break it down. I got to say something. If you see a Silver Slayer in the comments, same logo, same name and everything, and it's commenting on your comment, it's not me. It's not me. It's going to ask you to text some WhatsApp, whatever, some phone number. It's not me. I've been trying to report and block or hide all these channels that mimic me, and it's dangerous because I see a lot of you guys thinking it is me and saying, oh, well, I'm not into Bitcoin, because a lot of times it's talking about Bitcoin or something. Do not text that number and report it, because that is not me, and I see a lot of people are vulnerable to this because it does look like me. If you want to know if it's me or not, click on the profile and it will say like 1 subscriber. If you click on, if it is me and you click on the profile, it will show my channel with all the videos. That's another reason why I can't wait to hit 100,000 subscribers to get that verification badge, because man, oh man, my channel, it's a train wreck in my comments with this. This person or these people, even though I blocked their channel, they'll make another one and another one. So I have moderators working 24/7. I'm searching 24/7 to make sure they, it's almost like whack-a-mole. Another one pops up and I block it. So make sure you guys take all the necessary precautions. That is a serious thing, because I don't want anyone, even if one person falls for that and gets scammed or something, that's terrible. So I really want you guys to be careful. Now, we're talking about a silver shortage. This topic is crazy because it's like a conspiracy theory. You see, you got 1 or 2 huge sources saying that there is no shortage, there's plenty of silver. Then you have the other side saying, well, of course, there's a huge silver shortage. And I think there's a lot of gray area. And I like this article because it does break down the shortage and really puts it in a good perspective, especially in the way of how it affects the price of silver, especially moving forwards. Then we have another article kind of validating what we're saying, how bullion coin orders spike at U.S. Mint with silver market activity. So we got some good stuff today. Make sure you're subscribed. I post daily videos. I'm doing tons of giveaways. Just make sure you're subscribed. I got y'all. So I like the way this starts off, because this is where most people will start and leave, right? There's more to the story. Context matters. Gold and silver traders are understandably frustrated with the lack of movement in the price of silver, all while Bitcoin goes beyond the moon, right? Bitcoin's at 47,000, 48,000 actually. The frustration is because demand for physical silver has skyrocketed and physical shortages at coin dealers are acute internationally. When such a disparity between demand and supply appears, the price is expected to move in a way to reflect this disparity after the major move higher. Silver hasn't been moving all that much. So most people will stop at that, right? They'll say, oh, well, silver should be rising. Bitcoin's booming. Why isn't silver rising? I'm done. I'm out, right? That is the difference between an experienced, a wise investor and not. A rookie investor. There's way more to the story. And I like how throughout this article, you're going to understand the story and why we are going to keep investing. It's natural and even widespread to blame silver market manipulation for these physical shortages and cry foul. However, I define manipulation slightly differently. My understanding of manipulation is preventing the market clearing price from being reached by some non-market force. That's exactly what JP Morgan was doing, spoofing, placing false buy orders, and canceling the order before it goes through, tricking everyone else on the exchange. That's an outside force. They're using speculation and false, it's a false flag. Now, the classic example is minimum wage laws that force surpluses in the labor market, unemployment, or gasoline price controls after hurricanes, for example, that force major shortages in the affected areas. In that strict sense, there's no bona fide silver market manipulation going on, because there's no law against charging or whatever you want for a coin. Now, silver market tinkering. What's going on in the silver market is more accurately defined as tinkering rather than outright manipulation. Tinkering is only possible in these markets for extended periods of time because the demand for physical silver and gold as well is divided into two discrete forms that have nothing to do with each other. One is industrial, the other is monetary. Silver is an industrial metal, gold is a monetary metal. Silver is also a monetary metal, so I like calling it the best of both worlds. It's a win-win situation for silver. The tinkering appears to be taking place primarily in the futures market and not the physical. Hence the enormous premiums for physical coins since the beginning of February. The future markets exist in order to set prices up, or prices for silver producers or any commodity producer really. I mean, producers use futures in order to lock in a price for something that they have not yet produced by selling contracts for it and delivering them to them. Without futures, there would be no way for producers to be sure they can produce a commodity profitably. And since they would never know what the price they can get for their product in any given month. Besides the futures market, there are, of course, physical markets. There's always a premium charge for a physical commodity over the futures price of that, or for that commodity, because the end retail product is farther down the structure of production. So for commodities like wheat and soybeans, though, there's almost never such a thing, sudden shortage, as we are seeing in the monetary silver market right now. So imagine for a moment that the demand for wheat suddenly skyrocketed. Obviously, the futures price for the wheat would skyrocket in sympathy. Otherwise, there would be serious food shortages. There's almost never a prolonged disconnect between the paper and physical markets and consumer commodities like wheat and soybeans because there's only one type of a demand for consumable commodities like these. And that's, of course, to eat them, or for energy commodities like oil, to burn them for energy. And silver and gold as well, this isn't really the case, because demand exists in two very separate classes, industrial and monetary. Industrial demand is fairly continuous and smooth. Sometimes it rises, other times it falls, but never suddenly, jumps or crashes. Industrial demand for silver and gold includes jewelry, standard industrial applications, whatever they may be. And that's cars, electric vehicles, whatever, tons of different things. But the monetary use for silver that goes with gold goes on a wave of economic uncertainty. But, if the economy is in good shape, people don't really invest they don't invest into safe havens. So here's where the paper physical disconnect potential comes in. While industrial demand is very continuous, monetary, and basically this is what I was just talking about, right? Economic uncertainty, when they trust the dollar, they're not buying silver. So when will the gap close and how high will we get? A look at the chart below shows that it did not take very long for silver futures price to rise significantly following the last 3 periods of silver backwardation. It was only a matter of months each time. Back in February 11th, the price rose from $27 to $49 in only 3 months. During backwardation September 2015, $14.25. Then the July 2016 high, $21. And then, March 2020 is $11, nearly tripling by August to $30. So here's the thing. Back here, 2011, silver was around $14, skyrocketed to $50 in how they said 3 months. Yeah, in 3 months. Now, that's exactly why it crashed so bad, though. That is way too fast. That chart right there reminds me of Bitcoin in 2017 when it went from like $5,000 to $18,000. You never want an investment to go up, 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 up like that, because then it's going to crash, 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 crash. What you want is up a little bit, down a little bit, up a little higher, down a little bit, up a little higher, down a lot, up. That's why when this huge thing happened right here with the short squeeze, it was healthy for silver to pull back a little bit. It's called a correction. It's correct. It's not incorrect. It's correct. It's called a pullback. It was an overbought territory when it goes that high. And if it would have kept going higher, it would have been really bad because it would have crashed really hard, and it would have stayed low. Look at how long it stayed low from that crash. So it's a good thing. It's actually a good thing that silver pulled back a little bit. People don't know that. They're going to look and say, oh, silver crashed. It hit 30, but then went back down. I'm out of it. See, you see how people don't understand the bigger picture. Now, let's go on to the meat and potatoes. This current backwardation from a technical perspective looks more similar to the backwardation of February 2011. than the other two because silver was nowhere near a low in February 2011, and neither is it now. It's looking more like silver's going to hit $50 now than any other period. If it's going to, this is the time. If silver's in backwardation now after only a brief correction from 30, this is very close to what happened 10 years ago when silver fell into backwardation after a very brief correction from $31 to 26. After that, silver rode a slingshot to just under 50. The timing this time around won't be an exact repeat. History never repeats exactly, but it rhymes. With that said, I believe we are within months of silver reaching new all-time highs above $50. Bam. Binga banga boonga. I posted a poll on my channel a couple weeks ago asking you guys when you think silver will hit $100. 41% of you guys says it's going to hit $100 in 1 to 6 months. So 1 to 6 months, you guys think silver is going to be $100. That's a good amount of people. And there was like 800 votes on that. So you guys are definitely bullish. I don't want to mislead you. I don't want to give you guys false hope. That's an extremely extremely short period of time. And like I was talking about, with the chart, if it does hit $100 that quick, it's probably going to crash really hard. So we don't want it to be that quick if we want it to stay there, right? So, and plus, why would we want silver to go to $100 right now? I don't want it to go to $100 for years. I want to be able to buy as much silver as I can for $27. And then when I plan on selling in 10, 15 years, then I want it to go up. I don't want silver to go up for like 10, 15 years. If I'm not planning on selling in 10, 15 years, then what's the point of me wanting it to go up right now higher? That's like going to the store and seeing a pair of shoes you want. You don't buy it yet, then you go to the store a week later and the shoes are way more expensive. Would you be excited about that? No, you'd be mad. Be like, man, I could have got it for cheaper, right? So anyways, here's a little bit of validation. Bullion coin orders spike at U.S. Mint with silver market activity. January 2021 sales of American Eagle silver bullion coins reached almost 4.8 million ounces, with another 1,571,000 coins sold February 1st alone. The United States Mint has benefited from apparently the frenzy of retail traders buying heavily shorted stocks like GameStop, AMC Entertainment in recent weeks. Right? I mean, and then they went into the silver squeeze and things got crazy. APMEX was sold out, wasn't even accepting orders. JM Bullion site crashed and was offline. You couldn't buy silver anywhere. And even Provident Metals, Modern Coin Mart, they wouldn't let you take orders. And if you were going to be able to take an order, it was like a $400 buy minimum, or you had to wait like 10, 15 day delays. I found a place called Piners Coin where I was able to get 4 tubes of American Eagles. Very lucky, but besides that, it was crazy. So on February 1st alone, purchasers placed 1,571,000 Silver Eagles. And that's for all February 2020. Sales reached 650,000. So in one day, it crushed numbers. It's crazy. It also benefited American Gold Eagles with 344 total ounces. So they just keep going over the numbers, but here's the point. The United States Mint sells silver and gold bullion coins regular through several programs, including the American Eagle silver and gold coin programs, American Gold Buffalo, the America the Beautiful, the ATBs, obviously, winding down with the release of the 56 coin series. It has also offered American Eagle Platinum Bullion. So all U.S. bullion coins are sold by the Mint to authorized purchasers, which in return distribute the coins to the wholesale and retail marketplaces. And actually, after all this, the U.S. Mint cut off any distribution to dealers. They cut off the supply to all dealers for gold and silver Eagles. So what that means is whatever the dealers got, that's that, right? They don't have that constant unlimited supply. The U.S. Mint sold out of American Eagles in the beginning of last year, right? I mean, and then they had to put out an emergency 1 million mintage from the San Francisco Mint at the end of the year. And now they sold out and cut off. I mean, if we're talking about a silver shortage, or if anyone's trying to say there's not a silver shortage, and that's just from, that's not even from a supply out of the ground production type of perspective. This is just, buying and selling. Think about the shortage when we're talking about the last 7 years. You know, Mexico and Peru have been abandoning silver mines, getting cut back by hundreds of millions of ounces. If you want to look at it from that perspective, plus this perspective, get out of here trying to tell me that silver isn't scarce. And you want some proof? Why do you think there's a $20 or $15 premium on American Eagles? It's because it's scarce. I don't know. I mean, conspiracies are everywhere. I look at facts. I look at evidence. I look at information. And I mean, that's that. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. The link to these 2 articles will be in the description. What do you guys think about this? You know, do you think the silver shortage is a thing? Or do you think it's all conspiracy? Do you think it's going to get worse? And what is it going to do to the price of silver? Stay tuned for more videos. I think my new upload schedule is around noon, 5, and then around 8 or 9. So around those times, make sure you tune in, because I got y'all. Newest, latest stuff. Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. Check out the videos I posted yesterday about Elon Musk and silver. Stuff is crazy. This is getting crazy. You got to go check that video out. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.